Hello again, everybody, and welcome to my writing update for April 2025. Just to start things off, I'm going to say, it's been a pretty wild few weeks lately, hasn't it? But anyways, don't worry about that. It'll get better. But yeah, it's definitely been something to write home about, that's for sure. Anyhow, I have a few new updates for you for this month to bring you up to speed on where I am with my writing projects and other stuff. So I'm gonna cover those real quick here. It's not a lot. It's just mostly like clarifications and stuff like that. So this should hopefully not take long. Anyways, first item up for bids is WizardCon. The first convention of the year that I'm doing. Actually, first and only, but this is coming up at the end of April. The 20. Let me think on that. It was the 27th, I think? No, 25th, 26th, and 27th of April. If you haven't got your tickets, just go over to wizardcon.org for that. But there, if you want to go, grab your tickets. It's in, if I remember correctly, it's in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It is, like I say, 3 days of gaming, sci-fi, and other kinds of fun. There's full day on the 25th, a full day on the 26th, and a half day on the 27th. And there's also only 450 seats total, and that's already starting to sell out. So like I say, if you want to come, because I'm going to be there, there's going to be a lot of other famous people in the gaming world, sci-fi world, stuff like that. If you want to come, get your tickets now while you're able to, because buying tickets at the door on the day of the event may or may not happen. Because like I say, once they hit 450, they're done. There's nobody else coming in. So, just to let you guys know on that. Item number 2, Magefall. For those of you looking forward to the series, kind of sad to announce that the project has been shelved. It's not permanently dead. However, God recently gave me a priority list of which books I need to focus on first and in which order of priority. And unfortunately, Magefall is that they got put to the very bottom of the list. Like, dead last in the list. So, for those of you wanting this to read this series and I really, really want this series, push back against God, push it back against God, go put it to the forefront. No. No, not in a billion years. If he says put it to the bottom of the list, I'm putting it to the bottom of the list. That's just all there is to it. It's a case of don't argue with God, because bad stuff always happens if you do. So I'm going to put it to the, I'm putting it to the bottom, and, like I say, at this point in time, given the fact that it got pushed to the very, very bottom of the list, below some others that I'm not even sure are going to ever be published, I'm pretty sure that means this one's going to end up ultimately getting canceled too. However, I do have permission to use some of the stories in that series as practices and experiments. So I will be sharing those on YouTube and Rumble as I finish them. But again, that's as I finish them, because any of you know me right now, life is crazy. So, of course, I think it's crazy for all you guys too. So I'm sure all of you can relate. But anyhow, as I get time, I will work those up and put those up on YouTube and Rumble. My plan is to take, since the series is probably eventually going to just go away, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the best stories out of there and use them in my writing practice and experimentation, and and the ones that I put up on YouTube and Rumble. Those will end up going up there, and I'm going to start off with the intro to Magefall stuff. And this isn't just the intro that was originally in the first book. This is stuff that is like at the beginning of each book. So, it's like, because it starts out with like the game intro header, just like if you just logged into a brand new game, or if you watch anime, you see like the little intro presentation that comes in when you're going into like Shangri-La Frontier, the world of you, stuff like that. It's that little intro that they do at the very beginning of it. That's going to be the first one in there. That's not very long. That's just like a normal game intro and welcome to the game just before you go into the preloading section. The next one is going to be each of the Kite's greetings. because there's the initial Kites greeting, and then there's the different greetings after that that was supposed to go at the front of each book that explain different elements of Magefall, and I'm going to do that as all one big presentation, so there'll be multiple little stories inside this single video. I haven't decided if I'm going to read that myself or if I'm going to let the AI read it, but if I let the AI read it, I'm going to try to get a better voice than I've been using, because I know you guys have been crying about that one, and I really apologize, but we'll see what happens with that one, but that's kind of where that one's at. Third item up for bids is new books that are on the top of the stack. In other words, these are the ones that got pushed to the very top. As stated before, God had me reshuffle my priority list, and the two that ended up on the top are the Biblical Use of Lots, which is going to be a pocket guide like my Mana and Christian and Love books. It's going to be a pocket guide just like those. So 50, 100 pages maybe. So not a full-size novel at 350, 450 or anything like that. It'd be somewhere around 50 to 100 pages. I don't know yet. The outline for it is huge, so it's probably going to lean more towards the 100, which will probably put it more in, less in the pocket guide, more in the novelette territory, which means it won't be a 4x6, it'll be a 5x8 format book. But we'll see once I actually get time to get in there and start writing, because right now it's just it's like if I have time to write, I don't have the energy, and if I have the energy, I don't have the time. So kind of a 6 to 1, half dozen to the other. It's one of those things you call it sucks being old thing. Anyways, the second one on the pile after that is The Man Who Reached for God. That's a really cool story. You'll like that one. And even if you're not a Christian or you don't like Christian stories, you're going to love this one. I wrote it. Well, it started out as like a short 1-page mini story, and then a couple years ago I started fleshing it out, got stuck, and then I got drawn away on other things, so it just kind of stalled out. But I'm going to go back in. I'm going to retry the book, and I'm going to start from scratch and work on it again. I've got a solid outline for it. I know what I need to do. I just got to get the time and energy to write it, and then I'll have that one out. Beyond that, I got to wait and see if the Lord continues with what He wants me to do. If He continues down the same path as what He's already outlined, I believe Empire was the next one on the list, the Empire series. So there's 3 books there. And then from there we'll figure out where I'm supposed to go. But those would be basically the 5 ones that are up and coming. The Biblical Use of Lots and The Man Who Reached for God are the 2 that are in there for certain, coming up immediately. Anyways, next item, podcasts. I'm working on getting into podcasts, and not just me doing podcasts, but me doing podcasts with other people interviewing me. Me interviewing other people. I don't know when and how that's going to work, but let me think here. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work, but as I go along and get a little further into this, I'll let you guys know. I've also got to figure out the mechanics of how this is going to work, because one of the things I'm finding is Linux is a great operating system, but when it comes to podcasting, it's a little on the lacking side. So I found workarounds. I've rednecked some stuff. I've already done that. But if I want to do like live streams and things like that, I've got solutions for that. But it's still going to come down to what can I get away with and what can I do. And that's really no fault of Linux, because Linux is a great operating system. It's just that the people who do podcasts don't want to support it because they don't have Microsoft behind it. That's the only reason, and that's a whole other can of worms there. So I'll stay out of that. But eventually, I figure though the podcasters will eventually resolve that, or podcast software makers, I should say, will resolve that, and then that'll go away. Because it used to be you couldn't even do video or webcams on a Linux machine. Now you can do it pretty much any webcam that's out there. So I figured that'll come along as well. It just takes time. Anyways, point 5: YouTube, Rumble, and videos. Just as another reminder, I'm not going to be posting videos on my YouTube and Rumble channels on a set schedule anymore, like I did before, but instead I'm going to be posting as I have something to post, which means that sometimes it'll be a week or 2 between each post, possibly up to a month, and sometimes the posts will come 3 a week, like I did when I was catching up the last of my previous stuff from, or yeah, the last of the videos from my original Intro to Writing series, the ones that I had already worked up before and just never got around to posting or never had a chance to post. You know, that was like 3 a week because I had a ton of stuff to post. As soon as those got posted, I ran out of stuff. Then the posting rate dropped off. So that's kind of what's going to happen here. Is like if I get one of my books in audiobook, like Off-Road Chronicles, Book 1, The Race, or maybe Ort Perimeter or Lion in the Wind, something like that. One of those ends up as an audiobook, even a professionally done one. I'll probably post that on YouTube, probably running a 3 times a week schedule until the whole book is out. And of course, I might also make that a once a week thing. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But that would probably be a reason why my posting rate would increase, is because that's now out there. So, anyways, long story short, your patience is appreciated as I work through this. So, anyways, that's my update for April. And depending on what happens, I might do a mid-month update with more info for you if I have more to share with you. If not, you know, then just watch for other new videos from me, because I'm, like right now, I'm working through my the AI series in my Intro to Writing. And you know, if you guys are just readers and you're not interested in what it's like to write, you know, or like, you know, you don't need tips and tricks because you're not gonna be writing, I still recommend going back and listening to all those videos, because what they do, you know, even if you're just a reader and you're not a writer, they offer insights to you as a reader to what we go through as writers. You know, the things we have to consider, the things we have to look for, think about, etc., like that. So it's, you get behind the eyes of the writer, not just looking at their story and figuring out what they're thinking. You can, you know, with that series, you actually can get behind their eyes, like this is what we have to deal with as we're creating the story. And I think you guys will find it really fascinating. But anyways, going forward, we'll see how things roll from here, and you know, I'll adapt and adjust and whatnot like that. But even if I don't do a mid-month update, I will keep posting videos, and you know, as usual, I'll catch you guys in the next video. And if you have any thoughts, comments, concerns, questions, etc., like that, please feel free to comment. If you like this video, go ahead and like it. I mean, I know that sounds like, you know, like and comment begging, and I hate to do that, but yeah, you know, like everybody else says, like, subscribe, and share, because otherwise you know, you guys won't be able to see these, because the algorithm won't put my videos up, even if you're subscribed. You know, you guys need to, you know, if you're not subscribed, you need to subscribe. If you're subscribed, you need to have the update bell on. If you have the update bell on, you need to like it and possibly comment, even if it's, you know, like thank you, or I liked it, I didn't like it. I mean, if you guys don't like it, I don't mind you saying that. I'm not offended in the slightest. I know I'm not going to make everybody happy. Some people are going to flat out hate me. That I understand, and I'm not offended by that. But, you know, you guys have to interact with the videos, and then more of my stuff will come up. More people will see it. I'll get more information, more feedback, be able to give you guys more of what you want. So, anyways, I'll leave it at that, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.